So continuing our Genshin return arc, it's been quite a while since I last played the Archon quest, and I already listed the reasons why I stopped playing for a little bit. A lot of the English dub was muted. However, I got word on the street that a lot of the voices came back. I don't know how many, but I hear that it's mostly everybody. And we're very close to getting into a brand new region soon, so I thought that now would probably be a good time to at least give the English voices a shot and try to get the Citlali Archon quest out of the way so I could just, have it done. Plus, for me personally, I don't think the English dub is that bad. There are a couple of voices that could use some work, definitely, but I think it's pretty good. Also, today, instead of using the starter team, I'm going to be using something very special and also something very unexpected. But while I was taking a content break from the game, I did end up wishing for some characters. And by some, I mean a lot. I still have some of the recordings from when I wished for these characters, so if you guys want to see any of that, let me know in the comments. It's not really that exciting, but maybe some people want it. Who knows? Hello.
Citlali, I brought the person who needs an ancient name.
Ah, yes, so I've heard. So young, and yet you've already got quite the reputation. Wait, are you Outlanders?
How'd you figure that out so fast?
Yep, we're travelers who just arrived in Natland not too long ago.
No, I mean, I was aware that you're travelers. It's just no one told me that you're Outlanders.
Wait, how did she clock us so hard? What?
We forge ancient names by engraving the heroic deeds of an individual who will become the first hero of that particular name.
I've got plenty of these under my belt, though. Yeah, I'm him.
But they were all performed outside of Natland, correct?
Yeah, and?
Yeah, that's right.
Why did he sigh?
Then those deeds haven't been recorded by the Night Kingdom. To take it one step further, even if you had performed heroic deeds in Natland, as an Outlander, your actions still wouldn't have been recorded by our lands.
Oh, so I'm just a bum here?
Only memories and experiences that have been acknowledged by the bwaap can be used as a basis for an ancient name. Mawika, of all people, should know better than anyone, yet she's still entrusted the task of forging the ancient name to me.
Why do I feel like this has happened before? I think last time, Citlali just ended up running dozens of laps around the hills nearby.
So was she a cheetah?
Let's just focus on how we can pull this off. How to achieve the impossible.
You mean you're already willing to accept the task?
Well, what else can I do? What's happened is already done, and it's not like I can outright defy the order of my Archon. If she gave me this order, then she believes the ancient name is an indispensable part of her plan, and that I'll be able to find a way to make it happen. In other words, the order is an affirmation of my abilities.
Whoa, not only has she accepted the task, but now she's looking for silver linings?
Might pull a muscle doing all that stretching.
We need to find a consultant who's an expert on all things Night Kingdom and bwaap. The first person who comes to mind is Citlali at the Masters of the Nightwind. The one we call Granny Citlali. Still, she's older now and quite eccentric. It's hard to even book a meeting with her, given that she's constantly holed up in her room and doesn't like to be disturbed. I've heard that to get her help, you have to be extremely patient with her and know how to keep her spirit up.
Sounds like a difficult person to deal with, honestly.
I hate to break it to you, but...
She probably won't be very happy with us. Wait, why?
Huh. Why is that? I mean, didn't she already help you before? And you even managed to save Kachina.
Oh, wait, yeah, I forgot. We broke her shit.
Well, yeah, at the cost of her spirit speaker stone being split into two. Huh?
My bad.
Great going, Mawika. We're already off to a rocky start here.
Yeah, and you can see I have Citlali. Everybody says Citlali is really, really good as a meta support. However, I just got her because I like her climbing ability. I usually don't give that much of a shit about meta, but honestly, rolling around with her roller skates and being able to go up walls easily because of her is so nice.
Yeah, I'm sorry to put this on you, Kanich. It's just that you're probably the only person who knows how to deal with her.
It's all right. We're all working for the sake of the Pyro Archon's plan, after all. Everyone here understands how dire the situation has become. I have another piece of intel to share. We've pretty much identified the person who rescued the captain in the Stadium of the Sacred Flame. His name is Auroron.
Oh.
And he also hails from the Masters of the Nightwind. However, he spent most of his life living out in the wilderness by himself, away from the rest of the tribe. Auroron was an orphan raised by the chief of the Masters of the Nightwind and many other kind-hearted people in his tribe. Still, he's had something of an odd reputation his whole life. We still haven't been able to confirm whether Auroron joined the Fatui voluntarily, or if he was coerced. Citlali is probably eager to prove that Auroron hasn't betrayed his people. I plan to use this as leverage when I go to talk with her, even though I don't think Citlali is the kind of person to turn down an order from the Pyro Archon. Working together with us will help her focus and not get distracted by the whole Auroron situation.
Okay, then let's part ways for now. I'll see you in a couple of days.
It's been 4 years and they still haven't given us the option to just skip this.
I have bad news. Citlali did not reply to our request. Although, I suppose I'm not too surprised.
Huh? You mean she didn't even bother to give Kenichi a response? Guess she really does have quite the ego then.
Or she's dead.
But let's go to the stadium and see if we can meet her there. If we do get a chance to talk to her in person, we can still try to work something out.
Paimon doesn't see anybody. Seems she's just not gonna show up, huh?
Well, we tried to be as considerate as we could, but she's under no obligation to help.
Yeah, are we actually sure she's just not dead?
But this is still a request from the Pyro Archon, right? Shouldn't a subject always answer the call of their Archon?
A subject? Well, if you ask me, I'd say we're all more like friends with the Archon. Yes, Mawika is our leader, but that doesn't mean there's any kind of tall barrier between us and her.
Except for power.
The only thing is that she often has very high expectations of us.
So even though she's super powerful, it sounds like she's actually pretty down to earth and easy to get along with. Unlike that old hag Granny Citlali, right? Does she think she can ignore us just because she's famous?
Oh.
You all talk about her like she's some kind of huge deal, but she didn't even bother to reply to our letter. Seriously, if she didn't want to come, she could at least let us know.
Paimon.
If that's what aging does to you, Paimon never
Paimon.
wants to get old.
Oh, really? So, that's how you see me?
Uh-oh.
Who's there? Who's talking next to Paimon?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a disgruntled old hag, right? Come on, relax. I'm sure my bark's worse than my bite.
Huh? Citlali.
Huh? Wait, this is her?
You're Granny Citlali?
Yes, Granny Citlali. But emphasis on Citlali, not Granny.
You are not old at all. You are like 30 at most.
You must know this trope from light novels, surely. They use it all the time. The young man who's actually the oldest person in the room. The girl next door who turns out to be a seasoned veteran. The wise sage who looks like a little kid. Oh, wipe that look off your face! You've seriously never seen an older lady that doesn't look her age? Okay, well, don't go thinking it's a trick either. See? I'm barely wearing any makeup.
I couldn't tell.
Did I forget to mention, she's called Granny, but she's actually pretty young.
Bruh. This is the oldest a playable character can be in Genshin Impact without scaring people.
I'm sorry. So, how old are you actually?
What? How dare you? Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady her age?
And they're never gonna give it to us.
I received Kenichi's letter and was planning to attend this meeting. Since I had already decided to come, I figured there was no need to draft a reply that simply said, understood. But, of course, it's also natural for people to get held up by one thing or another as they're trying to leave the house. It certainly was a bit awkward to see that everyone else had arrived before me.
No, so you're just lazy, huh?
At first, I was thinking of quietly sneaking over, but since you were already here waiting for me, I started to think about how I should phrase my apology. Only to hear you all talking smack about me. That's the whole story. Honestly, it's not like I owed you an explanation anyway.
Awkward.
She seems to be pretty awkward herself. Everything she does and says seems a little forced.
But when you don't go outside, obviously you're not gonna have any social skills. This is like most people after COVID.
So Mawika has asked you to forge an ancient name for an Outlander. Well, that would be a first. And you've also heard all about Auroron. I must say, he's always been a good kid. I can't see him joining the Fatui of his own volition. He must have been coerced somehow.
I hope so.
I suppose I'll just call you Traveler for now. Traveler, come here. Let me take a good look at you. Wealth leads to unending conflicts between people. Yet you alone transcend the value of gold. Baleful thunder and wrathful waves bring terror to mortal hearts. Yet, again and again, you've braved them to find new worlds, a weary yet free soul. Even the most verdant leaf in the forest will pray for your happiness and safe passage.
What does that mean? I can't read.
Those are all the things that I could see in you. You've experienced far more than even most mortals could dream of. You possess the heart of a sincere hero, along with the conviction to lift a torch above your head and walk headlong into the night. Huh? Don't move. There's something here.
Huh? What thing? Don't scare Paimon. Is the traveler gonna be okay?
Why did Paimon's head just phase through the traveler?
Shoo!
What was that?
You've just returned from the Night Kingdom, so some fragments of souls were still stuck to your body. No need to worry. I've just cleared out the last of them.
Oh, cool.
I'm sorry I made you wait earlier. It was actually because I decided to swing by Auroron's place to look for clues. He has always lived alone. And I found a broken jar in his house. And interestingly enough, I saw some slash marks in the house that did not match any of our local weapons. My guess is they were left by Snezhnayan arms. But why would they kidnap a kid who just spends his days living in the country and raising aphids? He's only in his 20s.
20s?
What would they want with him?
So they could say his age, but they won't say Citlali's age?
That's not to say that I believe he's totally innocent, of course. Since he's the only one who was kidnapped out of everyone in Natlan, he must have done something to attract their attention. I'm truly sorry to put you two through all this trouble with me. But please help me get him back.
I got you.
An eyewitness claimed to have seen Auroron speaking to some Fatui soldiers here. I don't know how much you're willing to believe me, but Auroron really is a good kid. I see no reason why he'd suddenly get involved with the Fatui. He was left at the side of the road as an infant, and the people of the tribe took him in. You could say that everyone had a hand in raising him. He learned a lot from us. And once he reached adulthood, he built himself a house out in the countryside. He spends most of his days growing vegetables and raising aphids, living off of what he harvests from the garden. Oh well, let's keep looking. He can answer all of our questions once we find him. Let's follow the Phlogiston Trail.
Huh? What trail? Paimon doesn't see anything.
Oh, right. I forgot your eyes don't naturally perceive such things.
What do you mean by that?
Here, give me your hand. How about now?
I could see the trail now.
I used a spell to temporarily transfer a portion of my senses to you. For a short while, you'll be able to see the Phlogiston too. It requires a very rare spell that most people aren't adept at. But don't worry, it's a cinch for me. Between the two of you, it seems the Traveler's senses are a bit stronger than Paimon's.
Of course it is. Paimon, you're such a bum.
Citlali might say a lot of deep and confusing stuff, but this spell of hers is really something.
What does she mean by deep and confusing? As far as elderly shamans go, I'd say that I'm already pretty easy to talk to. Is there any other old hag who's as fluent in the language of the youth as me?
Fluent in the language of the youth as me. Yeah, until you're talking about skibbity toilet and referencing obscure TikToks to me, I don't think you're fluent.
Is my way of speaking still not trendy enough? I've already tried my best to match their speech patterns, but given the looks on their faces just now, or perhaps I'm still not fashionable enough? But that can't be, right? Ugh. Don't tell me they're still getting the impression that I'm super old-fashioned.
Wait, can we hear her thoughts? I think I just heard a voice. Wait, but it wasn't with my ears. Was it all with my mind?
Was that Citlali's voice?
Oh my god, we could hear her. Oh no.
Now that I think about it, it's a good thing I found some helpers this time. Some things are best done with the help of friends. Oh?
Are you gonna tell her?
They appear to be feeling quite confident. Looks like our work will go smoothly.
Of course he's not. He's gonna make fun of her for this.
Yeah,
Judging by Paimon's experience as a guide, it definitely looks like people set up camp here.
I keep forgetting that Paimon is a guide. What has she really guided us through? Actually, she did teach us how to speak the language of Teyvat. So I wonder how long she's actually been here.
Wait. The phlogiston here is a bit odd. This is a distress signal for the Masters of the Night Wind. Only someone from our tribe would recognize it. So Auroron was indeed being threatened. If they notice us, we can just charge in and fight them to the death. No, I've got to be careful. Otherwise he'd get hit as well. How annoying. No, I've got to stay calm and keep my composure.
She really wants blood.
I can also smell a mix of elements in the air. Pyro, electro, and some other elements as well.
Kaniche told us that you were super amazing. No wonder you can sense so many more things than us.
It's about time that little brat said something nice about me. I'll take this direction, and leave the other one to you. Let's meet up again later.
Traveler, did you hear all of that as well?
Yeah.
Once Citlali left, that voice went away as well. Paimon even tried calling her name inside Paimon's head, but there was no response.
Yeah, I wonder why we can hear her, but she can't hear us.
That's weird. The phlogiston trail suddenly stops. We can't make anything of these footprints either. But he can't have just evaporated into thin air, right? We know he wasn't alone. He had all those Fatui with him.
Paimon's right. This is extremely strange. Also,
So, you can hear the sounds of the wind from beneath the earth.
whose voice was that just now? Oh shit, what just happened?
I'm very sorry, but please do not move. I have no desire to hurt you. Hello, traveler. I'm Auroron, the one you've been searching for.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought you would sound a lot more intimidating, but you kinda sound like a nerd.
My friend and I only left those traces to lure you here. Deceiving you was never our true intent, however. It was simply the fastest and most feasible way for us to set up a meeting.
Greetings, traveler from afar.
Oh shit.
I've heard much about you from the past encounters you've had with my colleagues. Given the present situation in Natlan, I would like to sincerely request a formal meeting with you. In person.
In person, He's kinda got some aura here. Look at his cave, look at it down.
I will use the opportunity to explain my goals and motivations to you, as well as why I mistrust Malwika, the Pyro Archon. I believe there is little reason for you to blindly follow her plan. If you would like to hear our intel, then find us to the east of the stadium. But remember, not a word of this to anyone. I would like to avoid any further conflict.
No matter what I say, please, help me keep this a secret. This is all to avoid dragging Granny into this conflict.
Oh boy, another secret.
Hey, why are you sitting on the ground? Are you okay?
Citlali! He froze for a moment and then just collapsed to the ground!
Could it have been those leftover remnants from the Night Kingdom? Do you have any itches or pain anywhere?
I'm fine, just a little lightheaded.
Don't worry. We can take a short break. Sorry, I know I asked for your help. But had I known you were feeling unwell, I wouldn't have taken you on this trip with me.
If they were being truthful, then they must have reasonable motivation for what they did. I could just share everything with Paimon and Citlali right now, but that'd mean giving up on the lead. I still haven't had much dealings with either of the Fatui or the Masters of the Night Wind. Suppose I'll stay quiet for now and see if I can find out anything else.
A seasoned traveler must know the importance of not pushing yourself beyond your limit. If you need anything from me, just say the word.
Thanks guys, I'm feeling fine.
In any case, let's take a bit more time to rest now.
You know what's funny? Ever since that weird, like, delusional, like, headache moment the Traveler had all the way back in Inazuma, I don't think he's gone through a single nation without somebody messing with his head and knocking him out.
I followed my phlogiston trail earlier to a stronghold guarded by soldiers. I have a feeling that Auroron is probably being held inside.
Oh, so it's close by. Then let's head over right away. Paimon thinks she sees someone in the middle of the camp.
That's Auroron. So he really was taken by the Fatui.
We might have to say something about this because this is probably a trap.
Hey,
quit daydreaming. Don't you have work to do?
I cannot see the sun.
What?
Without the sun, I cannot see the truth. You are currently blocking the light, so I must beseech you to move aside.
Okay, Mr. Philosopher. That's enough mumbo-jumbo.
I'm going to rip that guy's head right off.
Jesus.
Are you ready? Let's go kick their butts.
Almost.
Auroron!
Granny!
Paimon knows she's called Granny Citlali, but it's still kind of weird hearing someone actually call her Granny.
Yeah.
And greetings to you too. Gramps?
Gramps? Who's Gramps?
Is that not right? You're Granny's friend, are you not? You seem to be approximately the same age as her, so I figured you've got to be Gramps.
How many times have I told you? It doesn't work like that. There are a lot of people who look about the same age as me. You can't go around calling everyone Gramps or Granny.
Oh, wait. He's not a child, is he? Don't tell Paimon he's one of those people who look like an adult but are actually only 8 or 9 years old.
Your words have pierced my heart like a thorned vine. Given how hard those thorns are to remove, I may just need to find a pair of tweezers.
Oh god, and he's corny too. Ugh.
Of course I'm not a child. It's just Granny always taught me to show gratitude where it's due. And since the Masters of the Night Wind raised me collectively, I basically see everyone above a certain age as an elder I should look up to.
Bruh.
And do you think saying all of this is gonna save you from a scolding, Auroron? Haven't I told you 100 times since you were a kid? Heed the 3 warnings.
Be wary of beasts prowling around, scammers looking for their next victim, and strange people who appear out of nowhere.
Oh, so you do remember, and you just chose to ignore them. I always knew that living on your own was going to get you into trouble sooner or later. But getting kidnapped? That really takes the cake. You won't always be able to rely on other people coming to your rescue, you know. You're just lucky we got here when we did. Or we might be launching another search and rescue operation to find out where they put your severed head.
I'm sorry, Granny. I'll be more careful next time.
Next time? Oh, good one. You think there'll be a next time after this? Not a chance.
And you're grounded. You got your house taken away.
Now answer me honestly. Were you the one who helped the captain escape after his battle with the Pyro Archon?
Yes.
So why did you do it?
Because they said they would need my help from there on out. They also said that if I refused, they'd just come to you, Granny, and they'd already figured out a way to make you do their bidding.
Hey, I'm no ordinary Granny. Would they really dare to come after me? And you! Did the gods give you a brain just for you to not use it? Did you really believe everything they said at face value and not stop to think?
He's just like me.
I'm sorry.
Ugh, forget it.
He's like a puppy.
Auroron, you better remember this lesson well and seriously reflect on your actions. Also, once we return to the city, come to the speaker's chamber with me. I'll need you to explain everything.
Should I bring some of my homegrown vegetables as well?
Your vegetables?
Yes. I grow a lot of fresh produce in my garden. I hope the Pyro Archon won't be too picky about the selection.
Yeah, this guy might be a little bit weird.
Traveler, Paimon, thank you very much for your help. And don't worry, I haven't forgotten about my side of the deal. Once Auroron is settled, I'll go talk to Shilonen and get started on forging an ancient name for you. Come with me, Auroron. We've got to find you a place to stay for the night.
Goodbye, Gramps.
By grandson? I don't know at this point. It doesn't strike me as a liar. Had I not seen everything for myself, I'd have never guessed that he could have done so much work behind Citlali's back. What does he really want? Paimon, there's something I need to tell you.
Huh? What is it, Traveler? What? That captain?
Shh.
Oh, that Auroron. What is he up to? He sounded earnest enough just now. Paimon would have never guessed anything was happening. All that stuff about protecting Citlali and being forced to help the Fatui when he's actually been a willing accomplice all along.
I'm still not completely sure.
Still, Paimon appreciates you telling her about this. Paimon will support your choice no matter what, so if you want to go, we can go together. We still have another whole day before the meeting, so we'll just meet with them when the time comes. Weird. Paimon doesn't see anyone. Oh, please don't let this be a trap.
It might be.
was that?
It's all clear. Over to you.
Excellent. The fact that you showed up proves that I was right about your character. Child told me that you're passionate about the unknown and willing to take risks. Rather than facing you as an enemy, I would much prefer to bring you to my side.
On the side of the Tui, I don't think that's gonna happen.
If we allow the current state of things to continue, we will inevitably clash. And that's a scenario that I'd very much like to avoid.
Why?
I've long heard of your exploits across the nations. Though you have crossed swords with my colleagues many times, I know that you are by no means an unreasonable person. And once you've learned the truth that the Pyro Archon Malwika would never willingly share with you, you may just find it in your heart to consider my proposal.
I guess we'll see.
I've long kept a close eye on her plan. To be frank, it's an exceedingly risky plan. Will the heroes really appear? And even if they come to her, will their power be enough to drive the Abyss back? If any part of the plan goes awry, all of Natlan, even all of Tevat, will pay for her mistakes. Now, you may have been led to believe that this is the only plan available to her. But what if I told you she's had another emergency plan all along? The details of which she has chosen to keep hidden from you.
Like what?
But given the painful cost of its execution, she has chosen to keep it as a mere backup plan. My fear is that given the enormity of the decision, she will be reluctant to confront the dire reality we face until it is too late. There will be no time left to execute the backup plan, and all of Natlan will be lost to the Abyss. We have to make the decision for her, here and now.
Okay, but that's just like your opinion, man.
Yeah, do you have any evidence for all this? Just telling us a bunch of scary stuff isn't enough, you know. Besides, wasn't it you who tried to seize the Gnosis for the Tsaritsa's plan?
Wait, by seizing the Gnosis and making the decision for her, could he mean that the Gnosis has something to do with this backup plan?
That's right. I did not seek the Gnosis for the Tsaritsa. Since I was defeated in battle, I must put to rest my thoughts about the Gnosis. But even so, my desire to save Natlan remains unchanged.
I guess he's not fighting Mavuka anytime soon, huh?
And now, I have found a new way to solve the crisis. We can implement it immediately if we reach an agreement.
Someone's here.
Huh? The captain disappeared!
Well, that was fast.
Something! Bad news, chump!
Damn.
It's your granny! How dare you go behind our backs like this, Auroron? Colluding with the Fatui? Really? Oh, here we go again! Cat got your tongue, huh? You really think you can avoid a scolding just by staying quiet?
I'm not trying to avoid anything.
Oh! And now you're talking back! Well, go on then. Explain yourself. What the heck are you up to?
Thanks, she really is like his mom.
I'm sorry, Granny. I feel so guilty.
You! That's it! Where are my tools? I swear if I don't teach you a lesson right here and now, I'll...
Wait, Citlali! Please, calm down. We, still learned a lot of info, didn't we? Like the fact that the captain isn't trying to seize the Gnosis anymore. So maybe just save the scolding for later, okay?
Yeah, this is no place to discipline a child, especially not in front of a child, maybe.
You're right, Traveler. Let's go. We can discuss this more back in the city. You two keep an eye on Auroron for me, okay?
You're welcome, dude. She was about to beat your ass with the biggest belt of all time, bro. She was about to start grabbing the sticks out of the fucking trees and beat your ass with it, man. She was about to start ripping the stone slabs off the ground and beating the brakes off of you, man. You're welcome.
In all my years, I've never had a child cause me so much grief. Do you seriously not see what's at stake here? Why did you help the captain? And I want the truth this time. No answer? Think you're being smart? Then let me ask a different question. What does the captain want? What is his purpose in Natlan? Really? You're just going to stonewall me? You've always been a good kid. Why would you throw that all away now? If you're worried about something, just talk to me. Granny would much rather we had a conversation instead of constantly clashing like this.
I can't help you, man. This is on you.
I'm sorry that you have to hear all this.
It's fine.
You're very kind. Most people would have fled by now. Not everyone can handle Granny's scolding.
I mean, it's probably not the first time the Traveler has heard something like this, considering, you know, he's also a human as well. Does the Traveler even have parents? They haven't mentioned anything about the Traveler's parents, like, ever.
Oh? You dare gossip between yourselves instead of listening to me? You.
My bad.
Sorry, Granny.
Sorry, Granny. Sorry, Granny. You know what? Fine. I'm perfectly aware that everything I say goes in one ear and out the other. You're all grown up now, so why would you listen to an old hag like me? You say all the right things, but then you go and completely ignore me. Well, if that's how you're going to treat me, you can stop sending Aoife over to my place to deliver your stupid vegetables! I don't need anything from you!
Yeah, my bad, Granny.
Auroron, if you're still thinking about that so-called duty, then please, just forget about it. The ley lines did not fall to this state because of you. And we've long closed the book on that incident.
That's not it, Granny.
Huh? There's something off about that voice.
I know you tend to get down on yourself when you're upset, but I can tell I really hurt you this time. All I can say is I'm sorry.
Why is this thing so much quieter now?
His voice. Auroron, where have you gone?
I'm really sorry.
What?
It's up to all of us to do everything we can to save him. So I've got to go.
Bro, how did he do that?
Get back here this instant! Auroron! What is this? Powder from plant spores? Is that the trick he used?
What just happened? How was he able to suddenly get so far away like that?
It's a trick of his. If you grind spores into a powder and spray it in the air, it can be manipulated to create an illusion. He pulled it off flawlessly. He must have put a lot of time into perfecting it. Don't tell me that's how he's been hunting in the fields these days. Oh, couldn't he have picked up something more useful?
I mean, I guess that was pretty useful.
Little brat. That's it. The next time we meet, I'm definitely going to break his legs.
Whoa, hold on. Wait a minute. I was thinking maybe you just spank him a little bit. Break his legs?
Whoa, that's a little extreme. But still, why does he feel like he needs to run from us? If his goal is also to protect Natlan, then can't we work together?
I'm sorry for interrupting your conversation with them earlier. But even if you'd been able to hear them out, there's no guarantee you would have gained anything substantial. Auroron probably did everything he could to get away because he knew I'd get the truth out of him sooner or later. Ah, that brat. I swear.
Told you it was pretty useful. Meeting again is out of the cards for now, so it might just be faster to approach the Pyro Archon and confirm what the captain said. And also, I can tell that Auroron's stubbornness has hurt Citlali deeply. I need to find a way to comfort her. What was all that about Auron's duty earlier?
We've got quite a long walk back to the city. Let's take our time. It'll give me a moment to figure out how to explain all this. Do you two have some time? Feeling hungry? How about we get something to eat?
All right, it's been a while since we last ate. Now that we can relax, Paimon just realized how hungry she is.
Then let's go. We can find somewhere to sit down and talk. Food and drinks are on me.
Paimon's got a secret food fund so she can do the honors.
How did this become Paimon's bill?
Oh, I've paid like 3 billion cities before.
Citlali looks quite down on herself.
Actually, that is pretty smart to have it come from Paimon.
All right. It's on Paimon this time. What's one meal to the best guide into that?
Hey, come on now. You won't even let me take you out for some food and drinks? I just wanted to treat you to a meal.
Are you sure? We can save you some Mora.
Mora is the least of my concerns.
Oh, okay.
Besides, we're definitely due a meal after all the time we've spent together. Let me get this one.
Okay, so you got it like that? Alright, let me borrow $1. Oh god, what is this music? Oh no, what's about to happen? You probably want to order some food and fruit juice while Citlali begins chugging down bottle after a bottle of wine.
What are you looking at?
Do you see two people standing by the door? They look like spitting images of each other. Are they twins?
And she's drunk.
I guess my mind isn't as sharp as it used to be. Give me another bottle, boss.
Tevat, second alcoholic. You think she could go bottle for bottle with Venti?
Oh my! It's not every day you get to see Granny Citlali here with some friends. Not to mention ones who've made a huge name for themselves recently.
Oh, so you've heard of us?
Who hasn't?
Of course I have! Aren't you the ones who saved Kachina and brought her back? No wonder you hit it off with Granny Citlali. She wouldn't spend time with just anybody, you know.
Wait, so you call her Granny too?
Well, given our ages, it'd probably be more accurate for me to call her my great-great-granny.
What?
She's one of the most famous people at the Masters of the Nightwind. Most days, hardly anyone even dares talk to her.
Wait, saying that implies that she's like, what, 100? What are you talking about?
Huh? Gossiping about me right in front of my face now, are you, Chonka?
Oh, please, Granny, I wouldn't dare. I'm just beyond happy to see you bring over some new friends. After all, any friends of our regulars are sure to be great customers too.
All right, that's enough. Go on now. I'm sure the other customers would like to talk to you as well. There's no need to keep staring at me. I promise I'll keep my alcohol down until I leave.
Well then, you have my thanks.
After Chonka leaves, Citlali downs a few more glasses and begins to stare blankly into space from her chair. Are we sure she's not about to die from alcohol poisoning? I start wondering whether she's actually drunk or working through some complex problem in her head. Yeah, the only problem she's working out in her head is how she's gonna get home tonight.
Citlali? Citlali?
Thank goodness there's no cars in this world.
Who's that? You got some gall calling me by my first name. Let me guess. You want to test your skills against Granny Citlali, don't ya? You chumps come around here, picking fights with me? Well, you know what happens next. You lose, and then run off home to tell everyone about how I'm this big scary bully. It's always the same story. You brats start it, I finish it, and then I end up with the reputation of being some kind of terrible monster among the shamans.
This is like the traveler's first time dealing with an actually like terrible drunk person in like so long.
I mean, come on. Monster? Me? Really? What did I do to deserve that?
Oh, here comes the tears. Wait, this guy in the back is staring straight at her.
Granny Citlali, you're not a monster at all.
Exactly. And while we're at it, I'm not some lazy slacker either. Between meditation, advising the chief, and speaking with the bwaap, I actually have a pretty packed schedule, you know.
What is that? What is that okay sign?
Oh yeah. And I have to mentor all the new kids. Hey,
Me?
New kid. Yeah, you.
Me? I guess am I a new kid?
Don't play dumb. Didn't I teach you how to find phlogiston? You see? I know my stuff. I'm a good teacher. You tell him.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's more like it. About dang time someone showed me a little respect. Granny's a hard worker, all right. You can always rely on old Granny.
Jesus, man.
Did she just fall asleep with her eyes open? Oh, jeez.
Yeah, maybe I'll give Venti a little bit more credit.
Behind this pitch black curtain, a chapter of hatred reveals itself. Behind the smoke, the lingering smoke.
Ah, she's meditating again. She does this whenever she's had a few too many drinks. Her mind's actually racing at this point. It's quite the opposite of sleep.
Warning, warning. Red, red, the color of danger, has now arisen within that pair of eyes. Huh? Traveler? Paimon?
Did you just get sober that fast?
I'm gonna hurl.
Oh god.
Hang on, just keep it in.
Ew.
Phew. Okay, it's passed. That was a close one. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. That's never happened before, I swear. I've never thrown up, not once.
Are you feeling okay? Wanna take a quick walk and get some fresh air?
There's so much that I want to say, but I can't.
Why not? Of course you can. Just say whatever's on your mind.
Please, Paimon, it's not as simple as you think. We've only known each other for a few days, right? What would you think of me if I were to start dumping all of my complaints on you after we've only just met?
Oh, Paimon gets it. You're hoping that we wouldn't think less of you no matter what you're about to say.
No, that wasn't my point at all. Seriously, don't you youngsters know anything about shame? I'm talking about shame. I've lived all these years and still can't get rid of it. Surely you know the feeling too?
Actually, about that.
Should we just tell her?
Huh? Tell me what? So, you heard my...
It's okay, Citlali. You had every right to complain about those things.
I can't take it anymore! Why do these things happen to me? Hearing me mumble under my breath is one thing, but hearing what I mumble in my own head? That's too much. It's just like when you're rolling on the floor in your pajamas, but you forget to lock the door, and someone bursts in to deliver cabbages and sees the whole thing.
That's oddly specific.
So that, happens to you a lot.
It happens to people in general, okay? Doesn't matter if you're 200 years old or 1,000 years old. Everyone rolls around in their pajamas sometimes. I was just picking something generic.
All right, note that down. She's around her age is around 200 to 1,000. Are you okay?
Take a walk with me. I have things to share with you.
What an interesting character, huh?
Well, great view, right? I love coming here by myself.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Thanks for bringing us here.
You're making me want to cry.
Oh no, what do we do? Please don't cry.
I was an expression, okay? A figure of speech. I'm just... embarrassed. Here you are thanking me. Even after you helped me all this time. Let's just have a casual conversation. It's easiest that way.
Really? You don't seem like the kind of person who keeps things casual.
Well, I guess I used to be more of a stickler for the rules. And you're right. I don't usually open up to the people of my tribe like this. I'm just an eccentric old hag to them. That story's been passed down so long. It might as well be true.
But you're just a regular person.
The kids of my tribe would have a heart attack if they heard you say that. Granny Eatsley is a powerful figure. Be careful around her. That's what they'd say.
Are they afraid of you?
Some are. Others are mad I always come out on top. A few decades like that, and people stop knowing how to deal with you. What about you? Are you scared of me?
No.
We don't find you scary at all.
That's because you're not from my tribe. You don't know how many delusions of grandeur I've destroyed just by existing. I make people realize that no matter how hard they work, they'll never become a living legend like me.
Well, I don't know about you, but that goes kind of hard.
Oh, not to brag or anything. Maybe it's hard to believe. Just pretend I never said anything.
We believe you. Shilonen has full faith in your abilities, and Auroran didn't seem scared of you. He thinks of you as his granny, right?
Yes, but Auroran's a special case. Auroran's not like other people. As I mentioned, he was abandoned as a child. The reason being, his soul is incomplete. The Masters of the Nightwind view this as a bad omen, capable of bringing about illness and misfortune. No one knows who his parents were. He was just left on a rock in the wilderness. It's a miracle he wasn't devoured by some wild beast.
Yeah, it is. Maybe he isn't that unlucky then.
The Masters of the Nightwind believe they can see human souls. And in Auroron's incomplete soul, they saw a possibility for Natlan. A possibility to turn Auroron into a vessel for lost souls. The ceremony would allow lost souls to gather within him. Auroron would then be sent to the Night Kingdom to return the souls to their rightful place, strengthening the ley lines and completing the ceremony.
Let me guess, Auron didn't want to do that?
Wait, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, wouldn't that just kill him?
Now, you see the problem. The ley lines were already in a terrible state. A suitable candidate for the ceremony appears, and now you have the chance to make things better. Of course you're going to take it. When the chief asked for my opinion, I didn't give my approval, but I didn't object either. So they went ahead with the ceremony. It failed, and Auroron escaped with his life. Pathetic, isn't it? By not objecting, I basically gave them the go-ahead. Maybe they didn't have my explicit approval, but it's not like I did the right thing. If the ceremony was successful, Auroron would probably be dead.
Hey, this just goes to show fence sitting doesn't help anybody. This is a life lesson, fellas. Sometimes not taking a side isn't really the best for a situation. Sometimes you do have to take sides.
Of course, in my tribe, death is rarely something to fear. But what kind of message would we be sending by sentencing a newborn to death? It's not right. So, when I learned the ceremony had failed, I was ashamed by my inaction, and absolutely relieved by the result. Everyone thought he would be happy he survived, and he never really said anything to the contrary. But just as I was about to put all of it behind me, he asks this question. Would Natlan have been saved if the ceremony succeeded?
Wait, but it's not his fault.
He knows that, but he still feels guilty. Maybe he chose to work with the Fatui because he still thinks he owes a debt to Natlan. I can only imagine what they told him.
Didn't the captain say he found a way to solve the crisis? Maybe that's what brought Auroron into this. Anyway, we can't just let things go on like this. We have to convince him to come back. You don't look so good, Citlali. Maybe you should head back and get some sleep.
Probably drank too much. It's okay. The fresh air is doing me good.
No, you need to get to bed now. Ew.
Okay. Forget that. I need to go home. I hit it a little too hard.
Yeah, gross.
You've helped me so much already. How do I even begin to thank you?
You'll be alright.
Hey, we're friends, aren't we? Besides, you already said you owe us a favor, so you don't need to worry about us.
Well, I'll go home and get some sleep. We can figure out our next move in the morning. Friends. I like the sound of that.
When was the last time you had a friend?
Auroron's probably back with the captain, don't you think?
Yeah, we should tell the Pyro Archon.
You mean about the backup plan? Do you really believe what the captain told us?
Oh, we need to be upfront with her anyways, because there are concerns.
Yeah, you're right. We should just go to her directly. But she's probably asleep. We can find her first thing in the morning. For now, let's... go to bed.